Hi guys, welcome to Watch You Want. This is CQ here. Want to bring you something really special, a little bit unique. I've been talking to a lot of collectors lately, specifically on the Patek side, who've been looking for some white metal Pateks, specifically white gold. So today we're going to do CQ's top 6 Pateks in white gold. All right, so first we're going to start off with a piece that probably one of my personal favorites, a 5296G. Beautiful, classy. What I like about it in particular is the dial. A very unique kind of Art Deco style dial. Gives a lot to look at. Very beautiful. You got those blued hands as well. So very simple, but still enough, to the eye to give you something unique, something to stare on the dial. If you just wanted something a little bit classy, but just has a little edge of uniqueness. So you can see that beautiful in-house movement back there as well. Like I said, just a nice wearable piece, very clean, classy. That's with the date right there. What I really like about the piece is the values we have going on it right now. A piece like this normally retails around $27,000. Have this one go for $19,995. So if you're in the market for something clean, classy, you want to go white gold, beautiful automatic piece as well, something you can wear as an everyday piece or break it out once in a while, when you have the suit and tie on, that's for sure. Next up, I want to stay on the classy side with the 5119G. Now the 5119 is one of those really cornerstone collar travelers, I'd say. Very identifiable by the hobnail bezel. You can see that edging around the bezel like that. And again, it's very simple, time and sub-second hand. Very straight to the point watch. Really classy. A lot of people, when you say collar traveler, this is the one that pops in their head. Definitely something if you want to get into Pateks, but don't want to be too heavy in there. And you can see that beautiful manual wand movement on the back as well. And now another reason I really like the 5119 is actually a smaller version of this that really goes well in a set. If you have a lady who's looking to get into Patek as well, this really goes well with that. And this one we have going for the amazing price of $13,995, which is really beautiful. All right, let's see. Next up, we can start on some complicated pieces. Sometimes you want something that does a little bit more for you, gives you a little bit more bang for your buck, as I like to say, and something that is actually useful. So to start the complication lines out, let's start with the 5146G. Now, this was an annual calendar. I have this one beautiful slate gray dial, and you can see you got the month, the day, the date, and of course the moon phase down there at the bottom. Now what I like about this piece the most is probably that dial. It's just very unique, something you don't see very well. Very interesting if you're trying to match it with different colors. I'll show you a little bit of movement. Again, just beautiful 22 karat gold on the rotor there. Just really beautiful piece. Now, to complement that piece, I bought the older brother, the 5035. This one you have the same complications, except at the bottom you don't have a moon phase. That's a 24-hour indicator, and then you still got the date down here. And this one's a full numeral dial, Roman numeral dial. Now, if you want something, like I said, with a little bit more utility, but just great complication, these are really good pieces to go for. The annual counter, of course, tells you the date, except for March 1st, which you always have to correct depending on the year. If there's a leap year, sometimes it's 28 days or 29 in February. But besides that, it knows everything for you. So definitely a useful piece and just a great piece to add to the collection. Now I brought these two as well because I like to sometimes, get my collectors in the habits of, maybe getting sets, especially if you have a significant other who's also into watches and a very good his and hers set. The 5035 being around 37 and the 5146 being around 39. Great way to get a piece for a couple, but just enough difference, but still very, very much alike and really good heritage pieces that, age well with the collection. All right, so moving on from there, let's go to the 51 40. Let's get us lined up here. Now this was a perpetual calendar, meaning you have the month, the day, the date, as well as a moon phase indicator on there, and a leap year. Nice, done in a grand complication house. Still, you know, even though there's so much information on the dial, I think they did a great job of displaying all the information without making it too cluttered. Something you can still very easily read, very thin profile, as you can see there. Very wearable piece. And one of my favorite parts about this movement is the sunken micro rotor they have there, giving you really full display of the movement while keeping it a automatic piece instead of making it a manual wind. And again, great value on this piece currently. This one we have going for $50,000, down from a retail of $81,000. Really, really great value on this piece right now. And then last, but certainly not least, the 5170. Now many hardcore Patek collectors will remember the previous version of this piece, which is the 5070 that used that Lamania movement. Now with the 5170, they changed the dial a little bit, as well as the movement, made it Patek's own in-house movement, but still just captures the beauty of a chronograph made in a grand complication house. You can see that beautiful movement. You know, it's like a city on your wrist right there. Everything working together in perfect synchronization. Still not a piece you can find everywhere. And if you want, you know, something a little bit more beefier, you like a classic chronograph, this is definitely a really good place to go. All right, and then I actually brought one more piece as a special mention, I say. This one's not white gold, it's actually in platinum, but it's still a great piece nonetheless. And has a 5960p. So this was the annual calendar, and you have the added function of a chronograph. And what I love about this is the displays. You have your nice little windows there. So again, there's a lot of information on the dial, but still very readable. Very easy to go see what's going on and go right back to work. But a very great piece. Personally, I have a little bit bigger wrist, so I do like the fact that this has a nice wrist presence on it because of the addition of that chronograph module in there. It definitely feels a little bit bigger than the millimeter size, but it's a great watch. If you have a little bit of a bigger wrist and you've been maybe shying away from Patek a little bit because you feel like some of them are too small, I definitely say the 5960 series is definitely a great way to get a nice beefier watch, but still stay in the Patek family, and you're still not getting something that's too oversized for you. So again, this was just a quick rundown of some nice precious metal pieces in white for the collector out there who's looking to add something to the collection that's a little bit different. You know, maybe you have a lot of yellow gold, you have a lot of rose gold, you never played around with white, and of course what other brand to play around with than Patek Philippe if you're in the market for that. You can definitely check out all these great pieces at watchyouwant.com. Again, these are some of the best values in-house right now, just because you're getting such great bang for your buck at this current time. You know, definitely send me emails at cq@watchyouwant.com if you have any interest in any of these pieces, or if you just have some questions or tips, anything you'd like to see on the program. I'm going to try to keep these lists coming every week for you. So if there's something in particular you'd like to see, please definitely send me over a line. Again, this is Sequan from watchyouwant.com. Thanks for tuning in.